Good evening. Okay, welcome everybody. Second debate of the election season. Vice presidential debate. Kamala Harris versus Mike Pence. Or what I like to call the art of deflection. Okay. Tonight's debate, I didn't leave with a headache. So I guess that's a slight win. I'm not going to have to take an ibuprofen when this is all said and done. Still had to pull out the wine. Now, baby, Kamala Harris did a great job tonight of using non-verbal communication. Okay? An excellent job. Even when she did not have the floor, and this is where her courtroom expertise came into play and served her well, and her time as a prosecutor. Because her nonverbal communication was on point tonight. I'm still annoyed, however, and here's why. We need better moderators. I don't know where the hell they be finding these weak ass people from that do the moderating. Because I'm sorry, they are incredibly gracious to this Trump administration in these debates. I don't know how many times, like, bitch, if you stop saying thank you, Vice President Pence, thank you, Vice President Pence, bitch, he's not listening to you, bitch. Either have his mic cut or you need to raise your goddamn voice. The fuck you keep saying thank you for? Thank you, Vice President Pence. Thank you, Vice President Pence. Bitch, you're not one of them little kitties in the convenience store when you leave the Chinese store, bitch, to keep waving at you. Tell him to shut the fuck up. But what is so crazy, outside of the roaches or the fly that was crawling around his hair, bitch, I want to know what kind of hairspray he got, bitch. Because he didn't notice that fucking fly all that time, bitch. But the flies can detect shit. They can detect bullshit. And I think that's what it was. But I think that, the moderators, and I don't want to make it a race thing, but I just feel like if we had like a Joy Reid or a Don Lemon or somebody like that, you know, because honestly, these moderators are not enough. And I always say, I feel like, honestly, for this debate next week, if we even have it, there needs to be two moderators. Not one moderator, there needs to be two. Okay? One is not enough at all. We need two bitches. Preferably Joy Reid and Don Lemon. A black woman and a queen, bitch. You're never gonna overtalk a black woman and a butch queen. It's just not gonna fucking happen, okay? You get Don Lemon and Joy Reid in this bitch, they gonna get everybody together. And that's just the fact. I think that overall, I think Kamala did a great job. I was very frustrated with, and Pence does this all the time, I was very frustrated with his lack of answering questions. There was a lot of privilege on display, and I'm getting ready to get deep here for a little bit. It kind of showed how white women sometimes are very complicit in the rude and sexist and privileged behavior of their white male counterparts. And that's no shade, okay? That's no shade, because Kamala had to fight for her extra time. Mike Pence basically, and he's not even a loud talker. That was what was the gagger for me. He's not even like a loud talker, but he repeatedly extended his time, got extra, he basically strong-armed her ass, the moderator, for extra time. And you can't keep saying, this is the shit that pisses me off. Don't keep saying in the debate, your campaign agreed to the rules, you need to abide by the rules. Cut the fucking mic or tell him to shut the fuck up. It's very simple. And if you want to keep it cute and professional, because it's children watching the debates, you ain't got to tell them to shut the fuck up. You can say, Vice President, could you please shut up? Can you please be quiet? Can you please close your mouth? I'm personally surprised that he overtalked her, because he looked like he was full of embalming fluid and COVID. Between the flower on the hair, the pink eye, okay, bitch, you was given Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. No shade, bitch. It was given Elder Vampire True Blood Season 4. That's just facts. Okay? To say, another thing that kind of bothered me is the failure to acknowledge systemic racism. But here's the thing. This election and these debates are not about addressing all Americans. I've been saying this since we've been doing these meetings, right? These debates aren't about addressing all Americans. These debates are basically a football game of two teams jockeying and speaking to their bases. Okay? That's what this is. That's what it's about. That's what it's always been about. It's not about me speaking to other Americans and, trying to get them on board and say, hey, we hear you. It's not about coming together. This election was never about coming together. This election is about who can turn out the most numbers to get the other side out of here. That's what it's really about. It's not about reaching across the aisle. It's not about giving a fuck about your life. Okay? It's about who is going to buy them tickets. Who going to sell the most albums, bitch? Let's lay it out there. Who going to platinum the first week? That's what it's about. And that's the bottom line. And the thing that's so scary about Mike Pence is his ability to so eloquently and lie in such a cavalier fashion. Like, thank God I am not a person that can be easily gaslighted. But the way that he talk, you'd be like, oh, bitch, it ain't that bad. You know what? Yeah, y'all all do have COVID in the White House. Everybody got COVID. Y'all did have a meeting. The president is going crazy in the basement of the White House because he got COVID. Tweeting craziness. But it's not that bad. That's kind of his job. He did try to sting Kamala on her record, which I did. If you watch, if you subscribe on YouTube or you're watching this, I did a whole special where we went through Kamala's record. Okay, look for that video. But I think that this debate I don't think this debate moves the needle. I don't think it moves the needle. I don't think this debate changes anything. I think, if I'm being quite honest, Pence's job was to come and clean up and try to salvage what happened last week. Kamala's job was to just maintain the fort, hold the line. Her job was to hold the line. And I think she definitely held the line. Okay? I think that Kamala, what we got to see tonight and what we see at a lot of these hearings, if you watch the congressional hearings and things like that, Kamala shows you why she was a lead prosecutor. She does a great job, like I said before, she does a great job at laying out the case. She does a great job of using nonverbal communication. Which I think in instances like these, where you have a moderator who is not going to really stick to the rules and really, I'm going to say stick to them, but enforce the rules when you have a moderator that's not going to enforce the rules for you. And let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? Like, this is a black woman. The first black woman, I believe, to be in a vice presidential ticket on a vice presidential debate stage. And I think if I'm grading the moderator, she did not do Kamala a service tonight. Because what you saw in sometimes was Kamala having to fight for her speaking time, which that should not be happening in a president or vice presidential debate. If you're not strong enough to hold that line and uphold those rules for both candidates, then you don't need to be there. You don't deserve to be there. And that's just the bottom line. Now, Kamala did a great job in referencing Abraham Lincoln, but she was giving history lessons. And what was another thing that annoyed me was that Kamala laid out her qualifications, she laid out her resume, and everything, the whole reason why she can do this job. Pence didn't answer any questions. He couldn't really defend his record. Because honestly, what does Mike Pence really fucking do? Like, really? Besides kiss Donald Trump's ass and walk around looking 14 karat stupid, what does he actually do? You're the head of the coronavirus task force. We see how that's going. You couldn't even keep the coronavirus out the White House. So how the fuck I'm going to expect you to keep the coronavirus at bay and bring us into a certain space? And I love Kamala's reaction when she said, if the doctors say the vaccine is good to go, I'll take it. If Donald Trump says it's good to go, I ain't taking it. I loved it because it was straight talk. I think Kamala also did an excellent job at speaking to the public and also to speaking in direct terms with the public. I felt like as a person who does these political commentary videos, one thing that I've always stressed and I've always tried to do was speak directly. I don't want to double talk or over talk above people's heads. I want people to understand what the fuck is going on, and I think she did a great job at that. They refused to answer that question about packing a court. And I think that's smart because we already know if they win this election, what's going to happen. But I think that overall, it was a good showing. It definitely was a redemption from the train wreck that we experienced last week. I think we have, 27 days until this election. I think that honestly, at this point, people, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're an undecided voter, you're fucking annoying. What the fuck? What world are you living in? If you're an undecided voter, bitch, you must got a good government job with benefits of 401k. You got a couple dollars stacked away. Because I don't know how the fuck you still undecided at this stage in the game. Bitch, you had 4 years. This is like a motherfucker going to McDonald's and taking a couple of minutes to look at the menu. Bitch, ain't shit changed in the 50-some years McDonald's been around, bitch. Why the fuck you don't know what you want by the time you get to the register? Bitch, a Big Mac is a Big Mac. Do you want a McChicken? Extra Mac sauce or not, bitch? I mean, it's really, what are you going to do? If you're waiting for a McRib, bitch, i.e. a third-party candidate, that only comes around every 20-some years. Fucking facts. Okay? I love that Kamala laid out about the appeals court, the appellate court judges. 50 judges, none of them are black. And these are lifetime appointments. Appeals courts. You know? reflected in the people who are serving it. And how can, and the thing is this, diversity and inclusion is important, because if I don't look like you, if I don't live the same experience that you live, how can I relate to your issue? How can I adequately speak to that? And if I don't have people that I can bounce that off, or I don't have colleagues that can speak to your experience, how I can't, as a human being, I can't really expect you to relate. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that it's very important that we have diversity and inclusion. Right now, what we have in the White House, the way that the administration looks, the way that the cabinet looks, that White House does not look like what America looks like. It looks like what some parts of America look like, but it is not a complete and absolute reflection of American society today. And at the end of the day, we have to make a decision. Because I know some people are saying, oh, well, I can't live through 4 years of this and that. Yeah, you're saying that, but are you really going to do what needs to be done? And then you have some folks who say, let the whole system burn, and I get it. But half the people saying that, y'all not in shape. Y'all don't have no survival skills, no nature skills. You don't even know how to shoot a fucking gun. You don't know how to grow food. Hell, you don't even know how to pitch a fucking tent. So when this whole shit comes crashing down and it turns into Red Dawn or Resident Evil, bitch, you gonna be one of the first people gone. I've never understood what is so fucking hard about going around the corner from your house, checking a couple boxes, checking a Scantron, filling in the Scantron, bitch, sticking it in the machine, or in some cases pressing the button on the machine, and carrying on with your fucking day. I don't understand what is so goddamn hard about that. We have made such a big deal. Oh, I'm not going to vote. What the fuck? But you voted for American Idol, though. I don't understand what's so hard about filling out a fucking piece of paper. It's hard. That's crazy to me. But you filled out the paper for your stimulus check, though. And in some cases, you didn't even get that check. So I don't understand what is so hard about going and fucking filling out a Scantron and carrying on with your goddamn day. Let's bring the whole system down. Y'all sharing articles from Joe Biden from 1977. Yeah, he said some shit. Y'all didn't read the whole article. You definitely didn't read the whole article. But it's like, y'all being so woke and so alive, and y'all gonna be the first ones dead when the shit go down. Because guess what? Them Proud Boys, they gonna show a proud vote. And guess what? If they don't vote, they got a whole artillery. They got guns. They are prepared. Y'all want to do all this grand ass shit and you're not fucking prepared. You don't even know how to work the fucking safety on a handgun. And you talk about a revolution. Revolution from what? Y'all gonna be just like all the fat people in Zombieland who ain't have guns. They gonna get y'all asses first, because you can't run. I don't understand it. And the thing that's so sad is it bothers me when I see, like, I understand that the system is not working for you. I get that. I'm with you on that. But outside of being on Facebook telling me you're not voting and why are we voting, what the fuck else are you doing? Because as far as I can tell, your ass is watching Netflix and Hulu and living in your mother's basement. Last time I checked. It was giving room for rent, sis. So I don't understand how someone who's living in your mother's basement, you don't know how to grow food or have any survival skills to live out in a wild, uncitified environment. You don't know how to operate a handgun. You don't know how to read a map or operate a compass. If your iPhone fucking dies, you're cooked. But you want a revolution, bitch. You can't even fucking troubleshoot your Wi-Fi. Maybe it's the wine. I don't know. I'm on one tonight. Another thing, too. We spent all this time, while I got you here, we spent all this time, oh, save Melania. Oh, Melania don't really fuck with him. They must have made a deal. No, that bitch is fucking conniving just like her husband. It's a reason why she stuck around all this time. And them leak tapes her homegirl get out to the press tells the whole story. It tells the whole story. What you see is what you get from these folks. What you see is what you get. All right? I hope to God, come November 3rd, you know, and the thing is, here's the thing, and I'm going to get ready to leave you. Here's the thing. By the way, a couple of you asked, this is a Malbec, I don't know, the C may be sour, it may not, but it's my favorite kind of wine. I like that in the Shiraz, right? So, here's the thing. The win on November 3rd, on either side, has to be unanimous. Okay? It can't be close. It can't be almost. It's got to be unanimous. Because guess what? If it's a fucking nail biter, no side, neither side, is going to accept the results of this election. That's just a fact. Somebody said, Zsa, I've been with the foolishness from day one. Absolutely. Melania Trump do give Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle tease. And that's no motherfucking shade. I always said she looked like Calvin Drago's wife. That's just me. It's giving Bridget Nielsen in Rocky 5. But, I think that it's got to be unanimous. Like I said, overall tonight, I think that Kamala held the line. I think she gave us plenty of memes. I think this debate kind of, it doesn't reset anything for me, but it kind of is like, oh, nothing really eventful happened from this debate, so let's see what happens next week. Okay? As we get closer to this election, I might have more wine talks with y'all. Because I'm nervous. Okay? It's going to be a long winter. It's going to be very interesting. But, with that being said, I want everybody to have a great night. At least we're not going to bed with a headache. I'm going to go watch reruns of The Face UK and watch Naomi Campbell read People for Filth. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can follow me on social media at Dapper Dan Midas on all social media outlets. Also, too, if you're on YouTube, click the bell for subscriptions. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Secretary of Shade. As always, it's always fun talking with you guys. I love you all. Please, 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 God and vote. Love on your families. And I will probably see you guys next week after the next debate or something incredibly crazy happens. Until then, y'all have a good evening and be blessed.